ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते। तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णा प्रेम प्रदायिने कृष्णाय कृष्णा चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। पञ्चतत्त्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकम्। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। जन्माद्यस्य यतोऽन्वयादितरतश्चार्थेषु तेने ब्रह्म हृदय आदिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः। तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। स्वस्ति अस्तु विश्वस्य खलः प्रसीदतां ध्यायन्तु भूतानि शिवं मिथो धिया मनश्च भद्रं भजतादधोक्षजे आवेश्यतां नो मतिरप्यहेतुकी। Reading from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 75, verse number 17. So in the previous class we studied the completion of the yajna, and then in the end of last chapter it was said that everybody was very happy, everybody was praising the yajna except Duryodhana. So then Parikshit raised a question that why was he not happy? So then Sukadeva Goswami started explaining that in this chapter. So he is describing how after the yajna was over, they went to the river Ganga for the ceremonial bath called Avbhrita Snana. And then on the way, when they're going and they reach there, they're throwing colors and water. Even Krishna is participating in that. and the queens. So that's what we read, and it's continuing to speak on that. Ta devranut sakhin sisichu driti bhiklin vivrita gatra kachoru madhyaha autsukya mukta kachra chanaman chavamana malya shobham dadhurmali dhyam ruchirair vihari. So he says that these ladies, the wives of the Pandavas and the queens, so they were squirting colored water, fragrant water with the syringes, dhriti bhi. So dhriti is things which are made from leather, where you can fill it with water, you can squeeze it and throw it at other. So they had, like these days you have syringes they use for the holy festival. So they also had at that time. And then they were all wet, klinambara, their clothes were wet, vivrit gatra kuchoru madhya. And because their clothes were wet, so you could partially see their bodily limbs, breasts, thighs, etc. Autsukya mukta kavarat shamana malya. And their garlands, they fell down there because their hairs became loose because of playing. And they looked very beautiful in that state by their wonderful play. And those who had impure hearts, they were feeling disturbed or agitated or attracted to their physical beauty because their bodies were more visible now. Dhritibhir udak noda vichitra yantramai, charma yantrai. So Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti says that this dhriti, it signifies some machines or yantra made from leather for bringing water and throwing it. Maldhyam duryodhanadinam eva natu sadhanam. And only those of people of impure hearted such as Duryodhana, they were agitated by seeing their bodily limbs, not the sadhu, the gentle, the devotees. Sasamrat ratham arudha sadasvam rukma malinam virochata swapatni bhi kriya bhi kraturadeva. And the Emperor Yudhishthira Maharaj, he was riding a chariot which was yoked with very beautiful, powerful horses. And these horses were also decorated with golden garlands. So they were not just plain horses, but they were also very nicely decorated. So he appeared very beautiful along with his wives. And just like as if the Rajasuya Yagyas personified was there along with its limbs such as Yaj, Anuyaj, Prayaj, Sanyaj. So that's how he appeared. So Patni Bhir Jal Viharanantaram Utthitabhi. So he says that Yudhishthira Maharaj was also having water sports with his wives. Jal Vihar Purvat Purnam Idam Vagayam. All this description is before they entered into the water. Kriyabhir Anga Kriyabhi Kraturad Sasariro Rajsuyaiva. And he appeared as if the Yagya personified along with its limb is present there. Patni Sanyaja Bhrithyavi Charitva कृत्वा ते तं ऋत्विजः आचान्तं स्नापयान् चक्रुर् Gangayam Sah Krishnaya. And then he performed the ceremony called Patni Sanyaj and Abhrit. So this was performed by the Ritviks, the Brahmanas, after making him do the Achaman. And he took Snapayam Chakru. So he took bath in the Ganga river along with Draupadi. So Patni Sanyaj or Yaga Vishesha. Patni Sanyaj is also type of Yaga. Abhrityani, Abhrit Sambandhi, Karmani Chatai, Charitva, Tani Anusthaya, Ityartha. So he performed whatever was necessary to do the Abhrit Snan or the bathing, ceremonial bath. Devdundavayo Nedur Nardundivibhi Samam Mumuchu Pushpa Varshani Devarshi Pitri Manavaha. Then the Devas, they sounded the drums, Dundubhis, along with the human beings. So both human beings and the Devas, they were sounding the drums out of happiness. And there was a shower of flowers. The Devas, sages, Pitris, human beings, they all were showering flowers. Sasnus tatra tata sarve varnashram yuta naraha mahapatyakya piyatah sadhya muccheta kilvishat. So after Yudhishthira Maharaj has taken his ceremonial bath, then all other people took bath after that. All the people of different varnas and ashramas, Brahmana, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, Sudras, everybody took bath in Ganga river, because Ganga river purifies even the sinners, Mahapataki api, those who have engaged in great sins, even they get purified immediately by taking bath in the Ganga river. Atritvijo Mahashila Sadasyaha Brahmavadinaha Brahmakshatriya Vita Shudra Rajano Ye Samagataha Devarshi Pitri Bhutani Lokpalaha Sahanugaha Pujitastamanuggyapya Swadhamani Ayur Nripa. Sukadeva Goswami says that, O king, after that all the people who had assembled there, the Ritviks, people of great character, Sadasyas, members, knowers of the Vedas, Brahmana, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, Sudras, the various kings who had come there, Devarshis, Pitris, living beings, Lokpalas, along with their followers. So they were all honored by Yudhishthira Maharaj. And then, taking permission from him, they left for their respective places. So everybody left. There is no commentary on this. Mahasila Param Kulina. The word Mahasila means belonging to good families. Haridasasya Rajarshe Rajasuya Mahodayam Naiva Tripyan Prasansanta Pivan Martyom Ritam Yatha. So this yagya, which was performed by Yudhishthira Maharaj, is called here as Haridasa, or servant of Hari, devotee, says that this yagya was so wonderful, so great, that everybody praised it. When they were leaving, they were all praising it. And they were not feeling satiated by praising it, just as one does not feel satiated by drinking nectar. Amrita, which is found in the Swarga, if you drink it, you can go on drinking it. Tato Yudhishthiro Raja Sruit Sambandhi Bandhavan Premna Nivasayamasa Krishnam Cha Tyaga Katara. So after all these kings have left, then Yudhishthira Maharaj, he still continued to make arrangements for his friends, relatives, family members who had come to attend the yaga. So they are still there. Gradually people were leaving one by one. Every day some people will leave, next day more leaving. But still those who are more intimate with Yudhishthira Maharaj, they will be the last one to leave. So they are still with him. And Krishna is also staying. And Tyaga Katara, he was little bit anxious that if I leave now, then what will happen to Yudhishthira? He may not like it. So, trying to see an opportunity when to leave. Bhagavan api tatranga nyavatsit tatpriyankaraha prasthapya yadu viransya. Actually, Tyaga Katara is Yudhishthira Maharaj, that he did not want that Krishna leaves. Yudhishthira was anxious that Krishna suddenly may come and say, I want to leave now. So he didn't want that he goes. So Bhagavan api tatra anga nyavatsit tatpriyankaraha prasthapya yadu viransya sambhadinsya kushastalim. And therefore Bhagavan Krishna, also knowing the mood of Yudhishthira Maharaj, did not leave to make him happy, tatpriyankara. So he continued to live, so much that he sent the other Yadavas and his sons, Samba, etc., that you can go to Dwarka and I will come later. So although they all came together, but now Krishna is staying back and all other people, gradually they are leaving, even his family members, because Krishna was worried that if I leave now, then Yudhishthira will become unhappy. So this is how it is said that Krishna is under the control of his devotees. So he did not want him to feel unhappy. Itham Raja Dharma Suto Manoratha Maharnavam Sudustaram Samuttirya Krishnena Asid Gatajvara. So in this way, when most of the people have left, then King Yudhishthira, who is son of Dharma, he has crossed this ocean of his wish to perform the Rajasuya Yajna, which is very difficult to cross over, because it's not an easy yajna. It's a very elaborate, takes long time, lot of preparations, lot of material required, so many guests coming to make all arrangements for them. You have to prepare. It's like when they have Olympics in a country, so the preparations start years in advance, because thousands of people come, they have to be, athletes come, they have to be taken care, and arrangements have to be made for the various events in different stadiums, playgrounds, and then people come to visit, to see the games. So it's a huge arrangement. Takes a lot of management. So this was also like that. So many thousands of kings came, and they are not just coming alone, they are coming with their wives, children, army. So everybody has to be accommodated and then taken care of their food, and they are not alone, not only human beings. At least now the athletes are not coming with horses and elephants. So they are coming with elephants and horses. So imagine so much food required for horses, and then where do you clean all the dung which they pass, right? So you have to have big trucks to carry all that somewhere. It's not a simple thing when you think of, you have to make a whole big city for the just residence. So therefore he says that now he is free from that, this big responsibility, gata jvara. So a lot of anxiety obviously remains, stress, how it will go, how things will go. You don't want anyone to become upset or feel neglected, rejected. So he has to go and talk to everybody, and so that everybody feels comforted, welcomed. And then on top of that, he has to be participating in the yajna, which has many parts to it. So by the grace of Krishna, he was able to cross this big ocean of the yajna. And now comes the second part, the question that why Duryodhana became upset. So ekda antapure tasya viksha Duryodhana shriyam atapyat rajsuyasya mahitvam cha chutatmanaha. So one day Yudhishthira Maharaj entered into the inner quarters, the inner part of the palace. Because obviously he is not staying in the palace, he is staying somewhere in the camp. He was also put in a camp. So he is coming from there, and wherever they were assembling for the yajna, they all came there. But Yudhishthira Maharaj also has his palace where his queens and other people are living. So there everybody was not going there. Now when most people have left, only the inner circle people are there. So they are visiting the palace. So Duryodhana also came one day and he saw the big opulence, because remember that his palace and assembly houses and everything was built by the Maya, Danava, who is big architect and great devotee of sun god. He has a lot of powers. So he saw this, and by seeing this he was burning out of jealousy. Atapyat. Atapyat can mean that he was doing tapasya, but that's not what it means. He was actually burning with jealousy, because tasya viksha shriyam, by seeing his opulence and also seeing the glory attained by doing this Rajasuya, that how glorious Yudhishthira has become. Because it was not an ordinary festival, so Duryodhana has not done anything like that. Plus, all these kings also brought a lot of gifts for him. So he saw all this, and then he was just could not take it. So therefore it is very important not to show off your opulence, your power unnecessarily to others, because it makes many people jealous. So somewhere I was reading that how Vaishnavas are so humble that they keep a very humble profile, so that others do not criticize or become envious and then commit offense. So they don't want them to be offensive, and thus they don't flaunt their wealth, their power, their greatness, their devotion. They remain very simple. But what can be done? Yudhishthira is an emperor. He is not a sadhu living in a hut. So he has to have the opulence. And his opulence was not ordinary opulence. That is being described here now. So Duryodhana man bhanga prakaramaha ekda iti. So how Duryodhana's pride was smashed, that is being described here now. Achyutatmana Krishna asakta manasa. Yudhishthira Maharaj is called here as Achyutatmana because his mind was fixed on Krishna. Yasmin Narendra Ditijendra Surendra Lakshmir Nana Vibhanti Kil Vishwasrijopakliptaha Tabhi Patin Drupadaraj Sutopatasthe Yasyam Vishakti Hriday Kururadhatapyat. So in that palace there was the opulence which was more than the kings on earth or the king of Asuras like Bali, or more than the opulence of king of the Devas like Indra. Surendra Lakshmi Nana Vibhatikil Vishwasraja Kripta. And it was spread all around in the palace, the way it was built by Maya. So it was very, very opulent, extraordinary. And Drupada Raja Sutauptasthe Tabhipatin. And Draupadi utilized all this paraphernalia, all this opulence to serve her 5 husbands. So Yasyam Vishakta Hridaya Kururadhatapyat. And Kururat, Duryodhana, when he saw this, he was just burning. He could not stomach it. It was too difficult for him to just keep it cool. Could not stay balanced in his mind. He was so extraordinarily disturbed by this. Yasmin tada madhupater mahisi sahasram Shroni bharena sankai kunadangri sobham Madhye sucharu kuch kumkum shonharam Shriman mukham prachala kundala kuntaladhyam. And in that palace there were also thousands and thousands of Krishna's wives, queens, who has also come there. So they were walking around, and when they were walking, it would look so beautiful. They had their beautiful hips and their anklets making the jingle sound when they walked. Now you don't see that. Previously ladies used to wear, and then they walk, you could hear the sound. So Madhya Sucharu Kuch Kumkum Shonahara, and they had golden necklaces which were reflecting the red color of kumkum from their breasts. And their faces, they had the dangling earrings and the curly hair falling on their cheeks. So this increases their beauty. So Duryodhana also saw that, and he was just amazed by all this. Narendradinam Lakshmya Sampado Nana Vidha Bhanti. So various types of opulence existed in that palace. Vishwasrija Mayena Upkripta Virachita, because it was designed and built by Maya Danava. Tabhir Lakshmi bhi Sahita Draupadi. Draupadi was serving her husbands with all this opulence. Yasyam Yasu Lakshmi Shu Vishakta Hridaya Matsarya Vishtachit Kururat Duryodhana. Seeing this opulence, the heart of Duryodhana became completely full of jealousy. Mahishinam Sahasram Sahasrani Srimanti Mukhani Yasya Tat Vyarajata iti Shesha. And then thousands of queens were walking around, and their faces were so beautiful that the whole palace looked just most amazing with their presence. Sabhayam Maya Kliptayam Kwapi Dharmasuto Dhirat vrito anujair bandhubhischa krishnena-api svachakshusha. So in that sabha, that assembly hall, which was built by Maya, the son of Dharma, Yudhishthira Maharaj, the emperor, so he was sitting there, being surrounded by his brothers, friends, relatives, and also by Krishna. So Krishnena api svachakshusha. So Krishna is called here as Svachakshusha, means who is the eye of Yudhishthira Maharaj, or who is the eye of everyone, or who has his own vision to see things. So he is now more jealousy, because he sees Yudhishthira sitting on a big throne. And obviously now he is sitting on a throne of emperor and everyone else is sitting around him. So when Duryodhana comes, he sees this and he says, what is this? Some time back these people were just wandering in the forest. They had no place. And now he has so much opulence, how is this possible? So he could not understand this. So swasya chakshusha hita hita gyapakena. So Krishna is called Svachakshusha here, or the eye of Yudhishthira Maharaj, which means that it is through Krishna that Yudhishthira Maharaj understood what is good for him, what is not good for him. Krishnena api vritaha vyarochata iti shesha. So he appeared just amazing, being surrounded by his brothers, friends, family members. And not only that, even Krishna was sitting around there. So you can imagine the greatness of Krishna is not going even to the assembly of Brahma or place of Shiva or Indra. He doesn't go there. And if he goes there, they will all stand up to make him sit on their seat. But here he is sitting and Yudhishthira Maharaj is sitting on the throne. So this is most amazing thing that he witnessed. So there are a lot of details about this assembly house and this description in Mahabharata. Here everything is described in a very concise manner, but if you want to see the details of all these stories, then Mahabharata is the warehouse for that. Stories after stories in great detail. Asinah kanchane sakshad asane maghvaniva parameshthe shriya jushtaha stuyamanascha bandhivihi. Yudhishthira Maharaj was sitting there on a big golden throne, and he appeared like Indra sitting in heaven among the various devas. His opulence was like the opulence of Brahma, Paramesthya Shriya Justa, and he was being glorified by the Vandis, these people who recite prayers. So he was sitting and then hearing this. Tatra Duryodhano mani parito bhratribhir nirpa kirita mali navishad asi hasta kshipan rusha. So at that time Duryodhana, who was also going around the palace watching the beauty of it and already burning in his heart that how come so much opulence, because this is the first time he is seeing. Before that he was busy with, because so many people came, he was also meeting with them. It was also an occasion for different kings to meet with each other, talk, invite each other to their place, and who knows, talk so many their royal things, maybe make some family arrangements to marry their children, daughters, princes, right? So all these types of deals happen. So this was going on, and now he was free because all these kings had left. So he came there, and he was also surrounded by his brothers. He has 99 brothers. So they all are following him. So he's also feeling like big person, and he has specifically dressed himself nicely. So therefore it is described here that he was Kiritamali. He had a nice crown on his head, and he was Mani. He was very proud. He was walking in a very proud manner, and he was having sword in his hand, and he was in a very angry mood. So wherever he went, at the gatekeeper, the guards were there, he was chastising him, hey, get lost, why are you standing here, don't do this. So means he was bossing around everybody, and obviously nobody is going to confront him or say anything to him, because he's also Yudhishthira's cousin, plus he is very proud, and he is also a powerful person, the king. So therefore he said Kshipan Rusha, that while he was walking around, he was chastising everybody. So Kshipan Dvasthadin Akroshan. So Vishwanath Chakravarti says that the word Kshipan means that he was shouting at the gatekeepers, because he is getting very jealous, envious, so it has to come out somebody. So therefore he is chastising them, although those poor people have nothing to do with it. So now comes his Brahma. Sthale abhe grinad vastrantam jalam matva sthale apatat jale cha sthalvad bhrantya maya maya vimohitaha. So when he is walking there in that assembly hall, then sthale abhe grinad vastrantam. It was floor, but its floor was so clean and made of crystal that he thought it is water. So while walking he lifted his dhoti up. So sthale abhyagranat vastrantam. And then where it was actually water, he mistook it for the floor and he fell down in it. So jalecha sthalvad bhrantya apatat. So here it is not described, but Mahabharata described that he has to be given new cloth because his cloth became wet. He actually fell down in the water. He slipped. Didn't have a fracture because they have strong bones. But so he says Bhrantya Maya Maya Vimohita. Why did it happen? He says because of the illusion which was created by the Maya. So Maya, the Maya, the illusion created by Maya Danava was such that Duryodhana could not understand where is water and where is floor. So if the Maya of Maya is so powerful, what to speak of Krishna's Maya? Therefore Krishna says, Devi hiya sagunmayi, mama Maya duratya. That my Maya is duratya. No one can cross over it. You can understand Maya, of course. He fell down once, next time he will know it. In Mahabharata it is also described that where there was no gate in the wall, he thought there was a gate and he hit his head there. So he had many accidents like that. So this, although it is called Maya, but this also shows that when a person is full of jealousy, then he cannot see things clearly. Then for him, things look, the rope appears like a snake, the land appears like water, and the gate appears like a wall. So this jealousy changes your vision, as we saw earlier that how Shishupal was seeing Krishna out of his hatred. He was finding fault. So this is what jealousy does. It changes your vision. You cannot see things as they are. And to you they will appear like that only. It's not that you know that actually it is not like that and I am only seeing it. No, if you are having jealousy, that's how you will see them, and you will not be able to understand the truth. Even if some other person tell you that no, it is not like that. No, because that's how you see it. It's like if you are color blind, then some color you don't see it. And other people who are normal, they'll say no, it is blue, and you say no, it is not blue. So this is what happens when there is intense jealousy. But now the problem was that people started laughing when this happened. And this was the cause of our trouble. So we always hear that it is Draupadi who laughed. But actually that's not true. They always say that Draupadi laughed, and I also used to think like this. Because you hear it all the time. That Draupadi laughed and he said that, oh, he is blind son of blind father. That's not true. And then he says that he took revenge by making him pull her sari. But it is actually Bhima who laughed. So Jahas Bhimas tam drishtva striyo nirpatayo pare nivarya mana apyangam ragya krishnanumodita. So the first one to laugh was Bhima, because Duryodhana was always made fun. Duryodhana always made fun of Bhima. He used to call him bull, fat, this, that, and Petu, he ate so much. So now Bhima and Duryodhana, they had big tension among them. And Bhima always used to defeat him because he is very powerful. So when they were playing together, he will throw them on the ground. If they climbed on the tree, he will shake the tree that they'll fall down like fruits. Bhima will do all these things. And Duryodhana tried to kill Bhima. So now Bhima was laughing loudly. Jahas bhimastam drishtva striyo nirpatayo pare. And then women also laughed. So maybe now Draupadi also followed along the line, but her name is not mentioned. And then other kings, everybody laughed, except Yudhishthira Maharaj. He did not laugh. Rather, he was stopping them. Nivarya mana api angaragya. He said that King Yudhishthira was telling them, don't laugh. But Krishna, he was motioning towards Bhima, yes, laugh. So therefore it says Krishna anumodita. So of course Krishna anumodita nirpatayo apare jahas nivarya mana. Krishna anumodita cannot go along with ragya. So nivarya mana api jahasa, they still laughed. Jahas, jahastu, jahasu. So plural will come, but here jahasa has to be applied by changing the number. But anyway, it is Krishna who said, go ahead. Tatra sthale, commentary. Is there any commentary on this? So sthale vastrantam abhyagranat akunchitvan tasmin sthale eva jalam matva. So where it was floor or land, he was trying to uplift his clothes, thinking that it is water. He was mistaking the land for water. Tatha jale cha apatat, and he fell down in water. Kutaha, why he fell down? Tasmin jale api sthalvat, because he misunderstood the water for the floor. Sthaleva ya bhranti staya sthalam matva ityartha. Or he was confused about the land itself. Mayasya maya dveshtri jan vigyapani shaktiriya taya vimohita. So therefore he also says here that it is the maya of Maya. But he says that this maya of Maya Danava, it had influenced only on those people who are full of jealousy, not on others. So in other words, it is basically jealousy which was functioning there. Striyadeo api jahasu, the women also laughed. Ragya netringitena mahasata iti nivaryamana api. Kutah krishnena anumodita hasata iti bhruvat dattam anumate. So king was telling everyone to not laugh by motioning through his eyes. Don't do that. Something like that he was doing. But they did not stop because Krishna was indicating, yes, laugh. So Datta, he was moving his eyebrows. Krishna was giving permission to laugh through his eyebrows. Datta anumataya ityartha. Bhuva bharam hartumichu kalaya bijam sthapanati. So why Krishna did that, that is being described later in the next sloka. Savridito avagavadno rusvajalan niskramya tushnim prayev gajavyam haheti shadda sumahanabhut satamajata satrur vimana iva bhavat babhuva tushnim bhagavan bhuva bharam samujjihirshur brahmati smayadrisha. So then when they were laughing, Duryodhana felt very ashamed and he lowered his head and did not speak anything, but he was burning out of anger. And then he remained silent and walked away and then went back to Indraprastha. He went back and he says, let's leave. He packed his things and left immediately. And when he left, there was ha-ha sound all around. Ha-ha, not in English, ha-ha means laughing. In Sanskrit, ha-ha is said when there is some, situation of sadness. Then you say, ha, alas, alas. So there was sound of alas, alas, because people did not know now what will happen, what this person is going to do. So satamajat satrur vimana iva bhavat. And Yudhishthira Maharaj was not feeling happy, he felt disturbed because he did not know what will happen now. But Krishna remained silent, he did not say anything. So Babhuva Tushnim Bhagavan, why? Because his intention was to remove the burden of the earth. And he said that now the seed has been sown, because he knew that now he will call for gambling, these people will go, they will lose, then Kurukshetra war will happen and all these kings will be killed. So therefore he says that Bhuvo bharam samujjihirshu brahmati yas samdrisha. So he says that Krishna's intention was to remove the burden of the earth. Therefore his remained silent, and he says that actually it is by his drishti, by his looks only, that Duryodhana fell into this illusion, and he acted like that. So whichever way, the point is that this was all Krishna's desire, his intention, that these people will make fun of him. That's why he was motioning to them. Then Duryodhana will become angry and he will do something to take revenge. So bhuva bharam hartum ichu kalha bijo uthapnaditi bhava. Because Krishna wished to remove the burden of the earth, and therefore he sowed the seed of quarrel between Pandavas and Kauravas. Yasya drisha drishti matrena Duryodhano bhramti sma maya mayatu nimitta matramiti bhaya. He said it is only by the looks of Krishna that Duryodhana fell into illusion. And when the sloka says that it was the Maya Danava which bewildered Duryodhana, he says that is only the nimitta in it. That is the incidental cause. The real cause was Krishna's wish and his looks. So he has arranged like that. It was his plan. So that's why it happened that way. Etatte bhitam rajan yat prishtoham ihat tvaya suyodhanasya dauratmyam rajasuye mahakritau. Sukadeva Goswami tells to King Parikshit that, O king, this I have described to you as you have asked me the question that why was Duryodhana upset and envious. So he says, I have explained to you the wicked nature of Duryodhana in this great yajna called Rajasuya. So that is the end of chapter 75. And there is no commentary on this sloka. So iti sarartha darshinyam bhakta chetasam panchasapti tamodhyayo dasmaya jani sangata. So end of sarartha darshinyam, 75th chapter. And we'll stop here if there is any question to ask on this.
In verse number 32, I understood that the commentator, he said that Duryodhana was he was attached to the opulence, right?
Duryodhana, yes.
But could we also read it as this yasyam? Could it also be this Drupada Raja Sutta, so that he was attached to Draupadi, and that's why? Because the Draupadi, she's mentioned just before the yasyam, so could it also refer to her?
Yeah, it could be. Because there's so much description of the Lakshmi here, opulence, and that makes more sense, but yeah, it can be. Any other question?
Isn't it, you spoke about jealousy covering the vision, so isn't it that actually all emotions are covering when they are strong, they are covering the vision, or maybe anger and jealousy are the strongest one, or is there some?
Yeah, all emotions cover, but if you are happy, then that doesn't cover like that. Because when you have hatred, jealousy, you find fault. So you don't see the person as he is, but if you are in a good mood, then you don't find fault. And finding fault is in two ways. One is that the fault is there and you are finding it. Other is that there is no fault and you are imposing it. So covering is that when you actually impose it, when it is not there, like Shishupal was doing, Duryodhana also. There is no water. He is imposing. Right? There is a rope and you see it as a snake. So snake is not there, snake is an imposition. That's called aropa. So from where is it imposed? From yourself, from inside you. So that's what happens. Sudhanshu.
Babaji Maharaj. Babaji, I think 2 days back and also today also this was in Mahapatki. So 2 days back you told that Mahapatki, there are 5 types of Mahapatki told, 5 types of great sinners. So in that 4 are okay, but the last one is that who is associating with them is also called Mahapatki. So we say modern world, then more or less the fifth category comes that we come in contact with those person who drinks or who does other things like that. So is the fifth one is equally simple and how
So coming in contact is not associating. Associating means you work with them, you appreciate what they are doing. That's what association is. The word is called sangha. So you like what they are doing. That's what sangha means. Asakti. That you have some attachment to them. You have some appreciation for them. Simply coming in contact, that is different. Purushottam Prabhu. Yes.
Can we have is it appreciation for these type of acts or any
Yes.
type of
Yeah.
any type of acts by them?
If they are doing good ones, then there is no problem. What makes them Mahapataki to appreciate that or to support that, that is what makes you also matter. Just like they say that one who eats meat, one who kills, one who distributes, one who approves, one who supports, they all become involved in it. It's the same here. Purushottam Prabhu.
Yeah, yesterday you mentioned that when Shishupal was there, the Vaikuntha merged into the body of Krishna and he was there, and so Shishupal, when he went to the Vaikuntha, he couldn't find him. So if the same thing happened for Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu, or this is Shishupal was the last birth and therefore it happened?
Hiranyakashipu,
actions follow this time?
Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksha, same thing happened means what?
I mean, when the Vaikuntha also, he went to the, for Nrsingadev and
No, at that time Vaikuntha was there, but they didn't go to Vaikuntha. You see, that our understanding is, which others may not like it, that it is only Krishna when he kills that one gets moksha. Not every avatar. Although general understanding is that if Vishnu kills somebody, he liberates. Hatari Gati Dayaka. It's listed in Bhagavad
that is
Gita.
only applicable to Krishna then.
as far as moksha is concerned. Otherwise they should have become liberated. Before Rama also killed.
Vaikuntha was already there. It's only the time.
Yeah, it is only when Krishna comes. We read this in Krishna Sandarbha. Jiva Goswami said that when Krishna appears on earth, all other avatars appear here. Remember, there is a story that Vishnu was sleeping and some Danava stole his helmet.
Yes.
So then when he woke up, his helmet was missing. So he asked Garuda, go and find, where is my helmet? So Garuda went in search, and then he found it and he brought it. But by the time he came back, it was time for Krishna to appear on earth. So now the Vaikuntanath is not there. So then he was in search of Vaikuntanath, and he came here on earth and gave it to Krishna on the mountain near Dwarka. There is a name of that mountain where he came and gave the helmet to Krishna because Vaikuntanath is inside. That is how Jiva Goswami explains. Because Vaikuntanath was inside Krishna, that's why he gave the helmet to him. Otherwise, why is he giving it to him? He should go and give it back to Vaikuntanath. So he says that they all come with him. So not that when Narsingh Dev is also there, then also they are in him. Not like that.
Thank you.
So this Hatari Gatidayaka, that will apply to all avatars when they are present within Krishna. This is how we have to take. Because this always I was thinking, in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu it is a very general thing, but in Krishna Sandarbha Jiva Goswami pins it to...
So there it only says Gati Dayaka, but what does Gati mean? It does not say Moksha Dayaka. So then Gati can be okay, they go to heaven or they get some good opulence. But when Krishna comes, in fact Jiva Goswami says that why it was said that they have to take 3 births. So this was in anticipation that Krishna will come in the 3rd one. Then only they will come back. Pre-planned.
There's a question from Kulshekhar ji. He asked, why is Duryodhana often called Suyodhana?
That is his original name. But because of his bad behavior, he became famous as Duryodhana. Su changed into Dur. These are upsargas. Yodhana means a fighter. And Su means good and Dur means bad. Okay?